Right, good morning, and we're just getting ready to leave Ile-sur-le-Sorgue. Just going to get some baguettes and a croissant for the journey. We're on our way up to Champagne. I haven't done much filming since Verdun Gorge. We've been up to top of Mont Ventoux. We've also been to Vieux Telegraph Domain. Went to the to look at the vineyard. Well, not so much the vineyard, but where obviously they ferment the wine and all the rest of it. So had a fabulous trip round there, got shown round, bought a little bit of wine as well, so really enjoyed that. We went out for a lovely meal in Ile-sur-le-Sorgue at a hotel called the Grand Henry Hotel, which was really fabulous meal out. So we've had some really good times. Let's say we're on his way up to Champagne now, and I am hoping that I do a bit more filming while I'm up there. I want to show you around where else we're going, but it'll be, I think this video, when it's all put together, some of it'll be video and some of it'll be photographs, but hopefully you'll enjoy it when it's all done. Oh dear me, well, after about an 8.5 hour drive up from Ile-sur-le-Sorgue, we finally got to Champagne at Rams, which is absolutely fabulous. And this hotel, this is a big treat, so I want to share with you. We don't stop in places like this very often, but it's a big treat for us, birthdays and anniversaries and all that carry on. So just have a look at this place. This place is called L'Assiette Champenoise, and it's pretty impressive. So if I fall out tonight, we'll have plenty of room to sulk. That's all I can say on that one. Look at the size of that bed. And a beautiful bathroom. They even give us a half bottle of champagne, or at least I think they've given us it. I've got a funny feeling that, it might come with a bill, but you know what, I am tempted to just go for it. Right, we're just waiting for the taxi to take us down into Rams. But yeah, this is the outside of the hotel. So really fantastic. Best check-in I've ever had, unbelievable. Valet park your car and all that carry on, take out suitcases, which we brought enough for about a fortnight, and we're only stopping 3 nights, so Porter and his coin. But yeah, really pleased so far, absolutely fantastic room. So yeah, just God, it's warm. No, I shouldn't complain, that's why we came.
Copine.
Cheers. Yeah. Well, what can I say about that? La Bougalaran, or whatever it's called. Well, absolutely out of this world. Typical French, catering for the tourist market, of which we of course are. But yeah, just absolutely brilliant. The sommelier were absolutely fantastic. Sales good, wine were good, service were good, food were good. Loved it. Just tick the box, did that. I feel just really satisfied tonight. So we're off down to the cathedral now. Of course, apparently there's got something spectacular to show us. So just got time for another slurp somewhere, I think. But so far so good. So we're just walking out of the cathedral, but we decided to get out of the rain. Look at that. I don't know if that's town hall or not, but it looks magnificent. But it's really. What's the say about that? I'll tell you what, like the squares in Rams or Reims, depending on what you like to call it, but they've got more squares than bloody Mr. Battenberg. Look at this. So Rams Cathedral in the background, so that's where we're heading. We're going to head there and then we're going to find a bar. Right, dear viewer, here's your chance. Column test. What columns are on this building? If you don't know that, you must be Greek. Right, we're outside Rams Cathedral. It's absolutely magnificent, it really, really is. Look at this. The height of it's just incredible. And it actually, from an age point of view, it's quite similar to York Minster. It's from about 1211 to 1345 or something like that. I think York Minster took quite a bit longer to fix than that, but it was around about similar sort of time. So yeah, really, really magnificent and really, really tall. But yeah, it's quite interesting because it's very historically important to France because they had 31 kings crowned here. And it's quite funny, there's all the heads of the kings, and what they did was, as soon as they got a king that they didn't like, they used to knock the head off the statue, which were a bit severe. Well, Right, good morning, and what a fabulous evening we had last night. Really spectacular. We had a sort of like final big night of his holiday, in that we're in the 3-star Michelin restaurant at La Champenoise, which we've been looking forward to for a very long time to celebrate as silver wedding anniversary. And we got an absolute massive surprise and a treat in that we got actually served at this table by Arnaud Lallemand, which is the head chef. Just a brilliant experience from start to finish. But today we're not going to be quite as luxurious because we're going to be like the kids with the nose against the glass of the toy shop, because we are outside Krug. So getting to there, it's harder to get to there than it is to get into Fort Knox. And I'm not even going to try, because even if you did get in, it cost you 40 gajillion pounds. We had a glass of Krug last night and it were absolutely out of this world. Been fortunate to have a few bottles in us time to celebrate things, which has been wonderful, but it's off the clock expensive. But yeah, there's some of these champagne houses you can get into easy, and some of them you really can't. This really has been a bit of a reconnaissance trip. It was more about coming to the restaurant than it was about champagne this time, but it's a reconnaissance trip. The next time we come back, I think we'll go on a few champagne tours and cellar tours and all that lot. And to be honest with you, Rheims and Epernay and Champagne in itself is not a difficult place to get to, and it's certainly not as far south as Les Îles-sur-le-Sorgue. So reconnaissance, that's what it's all about. A bit of history and a bit of reconnaissance. Right, so so that's Krug. I forgot to say Krug goes back to 1843, I think. This one is Runyat, or I don't know if I pronounce this correctly or not. This goes back to 1729, but I think this one, the building that we've got to here, is about 1897, so just over 100 years. But yeah, quite magnificent. In fact, it looks all, I wonder if that is 1700s. But yeah, but that's Jacquat Champagne Runyat. So really, it's basically Champagne Row. Is this? There's just a champagne house after champagne house after champagne house. And then here we are across the road, and we're at Louis Rodré, very famous for lots of champagne, including Cristal. Had a few bottles of Cristal in my time. Very nice. My favourite champagne house is Paul Roger, and unfortunately that's in Epernay. We're not going to get there on this trip, but hopefully next time we can maybe try and convince someone to let us in, which is really what it's all about. So that's it for the champagne tour. I'm dare say there's probably a lot more to see that we're going to miss today, but we've got a lot of other stuff to see as well, so we should still have a lot of fun. So I don't know for definite, but I'm guessing this is Town Hall or something like that, a public building of some description. But yeah, very pretty. Nice street in the opposite direction. So yeah, we'll get some real classical architecture down here. Right, so we came past here the other night on the way to Notre Dame. But yeah, this is Louis XV, probably France's most famous king, I would have said. Yeah, a lot of classical architecture here. Doric columns, as I've just been told by my fellow traveller. But yeah, the cathedral's there in the background. But yeah, pretty lovely that. So we are going to go around to the cathedral now, I think, and start having a look inside there, hopefully. Right, so we're outside Notre Dame Cathedral in Reims. The height of this building is absolutely incredible, and to quote old Fred Dibner, look at the size of this stone that's above you. Then if that falls down and lands on top of you, then it's definitely half a day out with undertaking. Just have a look at this. But yeah, quite spectacular. I'm saying the architecture is just incredible. Wonderful, really. Right, I thought I'd just have another quick go regarding the cathedral. So yeah, as I said the other day, it was built in, I think it was something like 1211 through to 1345, and it was extensively bombed at in the First World War, and they were going to leave it derelict to show the ruins of war, so to speak, and the damage that it can do, but they decided in 1919 that wasn't going to happen. They're going to rebuild it, and quite a lot of money came from the Rockefeller Foundation, you know, J.D. Rockefeller and all that lot. But if you do look at the building here, you can see all the old stonework, and you can see there's some new stonework as well. So clearly they've done quite a lot of repair work. I mean, the upkeep on this place must be nothing short of incredible. But what a monument, what an absolute thing. So we've got something to go and have a look at, and then we're going to go and look inside, and I honestly can't wait. This place is just so high, it's incredible. Just amazing. This is the kings that have been crowned here. There's 31 in total, I think. I'll try and get a better picture of these, but with all these stained glass windows here show winemaking, or champagne making, should I say. So I think Dom Perignon features quite a bit. Yeah, quite magnificent. This is 2011 by Vitru. Robel. Look at these. 1974. Marc Chagall. Absolutely incredible. Right, that was a wonderful tour of Notre Dame Cathedral. For all the uninitiated, I just thought I'd let you know there's Notre Dame, because obviously that features at Paris. What all Notre Dame means is Our Lady, which obviously in the Catholic faith they're very much into the Virgin Mary, so that's why a lot of the churches are called Notre Dame. But yeah, the sun's just coming out. Well, I say it's out, it's been up, but it's just coming down the side of the cathedral, so quite remarkable really. So we've just got one more piece to do, I think, and then we're done. Right, I tried a few times while in Reims to record the history of Joan of Arc, but failed every time. So I'll have another go now on this voiceover. So Joan of Arc was born in 1412, and in 1428, aged just 16, she asked to see King Charles VII, and said she had been guided by the visions of angels of St. Michael, Margaret and Catherine to see the king, as she was convinced she could save France from English domination. So at age just 17, she was sent to the siege of Orleans, where she unfurled a banner which brought hope to the French forces, and 9 days later the English actually called off the siege. Joan then encouraged the French to aggressively pursue the English in the Loire campaign, which culminated in another decisive victory at Patay. This opened up the way for the French army to advance on Reims unopposed, when King Charles was crowned, Joan was by his side. It also paved the way for the French to be victorious in the 100 Years' War, and the French had not entered Reims since Henry V had beaten Charles VI at Agincourt, which was in 1415, so they'd not been to Reims for quite some time. In 1429 and 1430 she was involved in a couple of failed campaigns, one included on Paris, that lost some faith for her in the French court, but Joan was undeterred and organised a group of volunteers to relieve in Campania, which was besieged by Burgundian troops who were sympathetic towards the English. Joan was captured by the Burgundians and handed over to the English in November 1430. She was put on trial for heresy, which basically she meant didn't agree with the English philosophy, and she was found guilty on the 30th of May 1431, and she was burnt at the stake, aged just 19. She became a martyr to the French, and in 1920 she was canonised by the Catholic Church, and she was declared a patron saint of France. A truly remarkable story, for somebody so young. And OMD, or Orchestra Manoeuvres in the Dark, wrote 2 songs about Joan of Arc. The second, Maid of Orleans, was written on the 30th of May 1982, some 550 years to the day of Joan of Arc's death. A fantastic story. Right, I'm just going to give you one idea of what money buys you. Right, this is something that can't buy you really, but as I said in my earlier clip, Obviously we've got the cathedral just across the road there. And like I said, when the Germans bombed it at the end, during World War One, it was rebuilt, and a big part of the rebuild was funded by the Rockefeller Foundation. And you know, when you start giving money to people, this is what they do for you. They name streets after you. So there you go, Rue Rockefeller. So I got a bit of something, a bit more immortality out of it, and probably a seat up in heaven somewhere. Right, nearly done with all the touristy bit now. Just got this to show you. It's like the Statue to Liberté, but this next one's quite a nice one to look at. Right, last tourist bit today, this absolutely magnificent fountain. Look at this. And this is the mountain, this monument is called the Fountain de Soubise, S-U-B-E. And it was placed in the middle of La Place Erlon, which is this place, by André Najou in 1906. And Auguste Soubise was the man who put up the money, so that's why it's named after him. All around the statue is 4 pedestals which represent the rivers close by. So you've got the River Marne, the Vesle, the Soup and the Aisne rivers. And I don't know why, but somebody's hung some sausages off one of them. But the most remarkable bit of the story is, you see right at the top, the sort of statue with the wings. That was taken by the Germans in the First World War, sorry, in the Second World War, 1941. But thankfully it was replaced thanks to somebody handing over some patronage money, and they managed to replace them in 1989, so that finishes it off again, which is absolutely magnificent. But yeah, truly magnificent. Right, so I think that's all the filming done for this trip. So all I can say is it's been an absolutely incredible holiday in France. Absolutely loved it from start to finish. Magnificent. We ate some wonderful food, we've been to some beautiful places, we've had some incredible weather. Quite funny, when we arrived in Île-sur-le-Sorgue, it were absolutely bouncing it down. I thought, goodness me, I hope we're not going to get English weather for the rest of the next 10 to 12 days, but thankfully we didn't. The sun came out and it never stopped shining. So something totally different from Tito the Troddler, another little bit of a travel vlog this one, but I'm ready to record it, so we've got it for prosperity. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe would be much appreciated, but if not, we'll catch you next time. Thank you.